Welcome to Concussion Talk Podcast. I'm Nick Mercer. This is day 35 of my bike trip across Canada. Day 35. Wawa to Pancake Bay Provincial Park. 160.16 kilometers. Biking time 6 hours and 40 minutes. 3,796 kilometers total. We ate breakfast in a diner in Wawa next to a gigantic statue of a goose. Then we entered Lake Superior Provincial Park. So 90 kilometers of our route after breakfast was through a park with no supermarkets or grocery stores around. We knew this before we entered the park, but it was either buy bad, expensive snack food at the diner/convenience store or just go with the few cereal bars we had left. We chose the latter. That probably wasn't a wise choice. There were a couple of big hills near the park's entrance in the west, and it was generally a hilly ride throughout. The hills really kicked up as we left the park, and to make matters more difficult, our lack of food meant we were cycling on fumes at that point. Leaving the park was a long, sustained, moderate grading climb, and took the good out of Kinger. I was hurting too, and we both knew there wasn't a way we'd get to camp and be able to ride tomorrow if we didn't get the food in us. With the park behind us, we found a place to eat in Montreal River. Of course, it wasn't on the top of a hill. The hill wasn't too big or overly steep, but it bit. By this point, however, we were both too tired to muster any type of emotional reaction to it. We resigned ourselves to riding up hills, eating dinner, and getting to bed before doing it all again tomorrow. After dinner, it was a more relaxed and very scenic 40 kilometers to this park. At the camp office, we met this really friendly guy who gave us a ride to our campsite, which is off in the park suburbs or something. He invited us down to their group camping area, but we were exhausted and both wanted to get some rest. He drove up a couple hours later, and we went with him to the beach with about 10 others from Sault Ste. Marie. It was a good time. Had a couple of beer and listened to this one dude play guitar. It was relaxed, but it wasn't sleeping, which is what I should have been doing at 1 a.m. instead of writing in this journal. All the people at the beach warned us about Mile Hill before Sault Ste. Marie. I don't think I'm going to have any fun tomorrow. Looking back 10 years later, I don't know why we thought not eating was a good move. From the west entrance of the park to about the midway point, there was great scenery and we were both really enjoying the ride. I started gradually losing energy as we neared the east exit entrance, and had virtually nothing left in the tank by the time we left the park. Kinger simply hit the wall. That was the fun down the beach, having a couple of beer, and listening to the guy on the guitar. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, and I felt like I hadn't slept in days. Thank you again for listening. Please check out my website at www.concussiontalk.com, and you can read my blogs and listen to my podcast, Concussion Talk Podcast, and Phoenix Concussion Recovery Podcast. Thanks again. As always, music at the beginning of the show is by Ben Sound, www.bensound.com.